All right. Seems like everything should be working fine. A quick confirmation that's indeed the case. Let's see it here. Give me just a moment. Should hear my voice in a minute. Yes. All right. Okay. Here I am. So you can start. My name is Heidrich, of course. And on these live streams, I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency market, what do I think about it regarding 11 years of my experience. And in between the lines, I explain what high-tech meme coin is. Here you see the mint address of it. It's a Solana meme coin, what it is, and why you might be interested. So yeah, this is king, and let's go. Let's go. Let's switch it here. Let's move it here. And we are fully ready. We are fully ready. So my goal, my goal as every day is to beat 100 views here. We'll see how it's going to go today. Yesterday, actually several hours ago, I wasn't able to make it. I went up to 40. Hopefully today will be a little bit more lucky. But yeah, so far so good. The crypto market keeps looking good, as you see. As I forecasted, I said it will be looking better and better, and that's indeed the case. And I think, oh my God, it started. That's why I titled this live stream exactly with those words. At least it should be like, oh my God, it's starting, right? That's the title. Guys, if you have any questions, write me in the live chat. Of course, it's always super nice whenever there is an interaction from the other side of the screen. So yeah, don't forget about that. As you see, I will keep track of both of live chats, on the one on YouTube, the one on Rumble, and the remaining platforms as well. Rumble, Twitch, Kick, X, and also one YouTube channel, because here there is another one going in vertical mode live stream. So that's the difference. Usually this one gets the most views because YouTube, fortunately, to be honest, promotes quite well their vertical short feed. That's the way of jailbreaking from YouTube censorship, I would say, because all of the channels that have low following are practically censored. They are not really promoted anywhere, not really shown. So the only way to actually get through is to live stream on vertical feed. But yeah, coming back to the crypto market, Bitcoin keeps pushing up. As you see, we had this small pump. Do you remember I told you about my entry signal here? Let me show it to our part of public viewers that are on the vertical feed. So here it was. You see, here it was. Here I indicated. Here is the rocket. Here is the long label with the arrow pointing upwards. And you see, that means there was some potential, some steam gathering under the hood that is eventually ready to explode if it does not find, let's say, other way out. That sounds like, you know, the let's say a hole through which the pressure can escape. As you see, it did not find it. That's why we had to spike up. And yeah, I think that's just the beginning. I'm quite convinced that's just the beginning. You know what? Let me write here something maybe. Ask me questions or suggest topics. Yeah, it'll be like that. So there is something in the live chat. Yesterday there was one individual that came to my live chat on vertical feed on YouTube and didn't really have anything interesting to say. It was just trolling. So I threw him out. I banned him from the channel. That's usually what I do. I hate annoying people, especially someone who is disrespectful, right? If someone is disrespecting others, me or others, I will not keep him in the live chat. I require at least a little bit of maturity, because to be honest, no one normal, no one adult insults other people, unless we are talking about, I don't know, somebody with serious mental problems. But those need help, and I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, so they have to go somewhere else. Yeah. So it's good. It's good. It's good. I always like, whenever after my buy signals, something is showing up, just like here. The market is not able to hide it anymore, and pumps at least slightly. So right now, this trade is in 1.5% of profit, which is basically nothing. Definitely nothing to be proud of just yet, because it can easily get negated and get pushed into negative. That wouldn't be anything difficult for this market, given how volatile it is, of course. Guys, share, like, and subscribe. If you watch it live, share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's the goal of every single YouTube channel, Rumble channel, or whatever other live streaming platform channel to gather following. So don't forget about that. The type of knowledge I give is quite unique. Nobody is really talking about stuff I talk about. Why? Because most of the people you watch are not really professionals. They don't really understand the basic mechanics of this market. And me, I do, and I prove it. I have proven it quite a few times since I started this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel. So yeah, that's quite unique. So I think you want to stick around. At least you should want to stick around. So yeah, let's go over to Bitcoin dominance, how this one is doing since we have closed another daily. We've completed another daily candle. So yeah, so far we've got 2 red daily candles in a row. We may get a third one. The current one is still like, a little bit on the fence. It's very close to flip red. Now it has flipped green. But yeah, it's like 0.01% away from returning to red, where it was previously. And yeah, slowly, I think it's leaning towards giving me that inverse adamant information or some shape. We'll see which one it is going to be at the very end. It can be like this, can be much more extended than what I first suggested here. You can have many different forms, but yeah, see, it flipped red. But I'm very sure we will get it. At the end of the day, we will get it. I like what is happening on other chart. By the way, when we switch over to 15-minute and I turn on my algorithm, it will show me, the rocket here. The rocket was here. And look what happened shortly after, right? It's not like this algorithm has 100% of hit rate. Absolutely not. It's far from it. But once it gives you something, once it's correct, it's very correct, right? I mean, it's searching for a really powerful upward momentum. So that's why it's never to underestimate. It's not a good idea to underestimate it. Once it shows the buy or sell signal, it means you should seriously consider let's say, taking completely different approach towards the market if you believe the total opposite, shortly before. But in this case, I think it's quite an easy one, given how strong sell of this market has seen in recent days. I think it's quite obvious it has to rebound, has to give us a strong rebound. And on top of it, I like where it is happening, because as I see it is happening on top of these two support bands, the white one and the thin one on the weekly, as you see. So it gives it much more merit to actually happen, even without any kind of algorithm, as the one I show here, I present. So yeah, it's looking very promising, definitely. So out of these coins, do I have any trade that I could boast about? I mean, Jupiter is still doing quite well, definitely. Just today in my system, I noticed I've got a lot of buy signals, like pretty much across the board, but those are still in early stage of development. Those that are in some, let's say, stage of progression is definitely Jupiter. I was showing it to you yesterday. I mean, my recent recordings, I've been showing it to you. And yeah, it keeps doing well. Keeps doing well. As you see here, plus almost 14%, and looks like it's getting up for more. It should be getting up for more, much more, because it has plenty of place to go up. XRP is also in a trade, in a buy signal, as you see, plus 9%. The big boy, one of the large caps, quite agile this cycle, I must say. It moves quite a lot. Once it moves, which is impressive, given its size. This is literally one of the largest coins in the space. So yeah, I think Dogecoin is also in a buy signal right now. I don't know. Yeah, okay, this one is more or less in neutral right now. I thought it was looking better. So it's barely started. But yeah, let's take a look in the big picture where it's situated. That could be interesting. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's looking good. It's looking very good. And judging by naked eye, to be honest, yeah, I like the way it looks. We should see, because even in this small scale here, I don't know why this one behaves like this. Okay, and again, maybe because my slider is a little bit dirty. But we are having here higher lows. I mean, if we discount the weeks, of course, we are having higher lows and even higher highs here. So that's inherently bullish. If we just count the lows, then this story is ongoing since here. So yeah. I mean, we are definitely in some sort of a beginning of a parabolic trend, uptrend, of course, with very aggressive deviations from the norm on the way there. And yeah, that's good, because it means there will be very good opportunities to see large pumps and have those high take profits levels, price levels, of course. So yeah, look out. Look out. Many coins look like this, actually. From those larger ones, from those mid caps and small caps, situation looks much more depressing, but that gives those coins much more room for growth. So at the end of the day, it will reward whatever they exposed you to. And to be honest, I'd rather advise to you coins that look like Jupiter than coins that look like Doge. I know it's much easier, yeah. So Jupiter, you see, looks like this. It looks much worse, much more depressing. But that's highly likely gives it more room to grow, right? Gives it much more explosiveness, if that's even a word. You know, remember, English is my second language. Sometimes I will say something weird. You know, don't kill me. But generally speaking, that is how it works. The worse given coin looks, the more potential of a strong rebound it gives you. Like KDA, for example. KDA is also one of those coins that looks absolutely tragic, and that is why it has my interest. It has my sympathy, even though I still don't have a buy signal on it. Look how beaten up this one has gotten. Badly, but probably it will need like a few more days before it gets any reasonable upward momentum back. Because I mean, this one suffered. My God, suffered a lot. I hope Binance will not delist it, because this I mean, once this one finds its bottom, you know, a hard level to sit on, it will give at least a couple of hundreds of percent. So I'm kinda having a big hopes with this one. It's not like I'm going to, you know, bet my head on it. Absolutely not. I will not. Once I see it, you know, fully cooked, fully baked, I will not bet the house on it. But I will definitely throw something at it. So yeah, guys, write me in the live chat if you watch it live, and whatever, I don't know, questions you may have, whatever is bothering you regarding the crypto market. Unless it's something really serious, then it can be, let's say, it can be from other category of life. I'll try to help. But generally speaking, we are talking cryptos here. So yeah, this live stream will last a little bit. You know, I'll stay around. I want to beat that 100 views this time, so I'll be waiting till it comes. You know, this channel needs exposure, as much exposure as possible. I need to boost it up to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So finally, I get more rich, because that's the first, let's say, initial tier from 0 to 1. I mean, first one is from 0 to 1,000, when you actually get close to no exposure. The second one is from 1,000 to, I think, 10,000 or 5,000. I don't remember. So yeah, I want to push it into the second one. So yeah, just, you know, subscribe to the channel, and I will let you know when KDA is fully ready according to my algorithm. Which, if you watched me for a while already, you know, is definitely nothing to underestimate. I haven't received entry signal on Ethereum, and I like, to be honest, how it looks like on Ethereum. I think it's probably slightly in a profit. Yeah, okay, it just started. I actually I actually like this entry, because, you know, here I will show you where was last exit. Yeah, last exit was here. So that means if my algorithm sold here and bought here, I earned almost 8% in Ethereum, right? Because I sold more expensive and bought cheaper. So that means for the same money I got more Ethereum, meaning I earned Ethereum. So yeah, I like trades like this, and that is why this algorithm. If you, for example, want to accumulate a certain coin, it will let you accumulate. It does not always translate to earnings in USDT. Sometimes it's actually related. If you trade this way, sometimes it's related to losses in USDT. Um, but yeah, accumulations this algorithm does are overall very, very decent, very, very handsome. Like for example, in Bitcoin or Ethereum. But yeah, me having the awareness of what speculative bubbles are, and that they always must end sooner or later. How competitive this space is, it's amazingly competitive, meaning that you cannot really bet on anything long term. Long term meaning like for decades. So I'm much more comfortable with actually accumulating the current, let's say, world reserve currency, and in the meantime, just uh, be trading speculative assets like this here, to, let's say, escape from my holdings vaporizing away. Because whenever you hold your money in fiat, unfortunately, even USDT or anything that reflects fiat value, unfortunately, you are getting slowly robbed with power of inflation. So you must be doing something with that capital. I of course have my hodl positions as well, but those are very small against the whole of my portfolio. Majority of it is, let's say, managed in real time, actively managed. So yeah, share, like, and subscribe, guys. Share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I see I've got 20 views so far. Yesterday I managed to get 40, and for whatever reason I couldn't go above 40, and I gave up after 1 hour. But today I'm not giving up. Today I'm not giving up. It looks good in the big picture as well, right? Ethereum, I even think it looks better than Bitcoin because it had a much greater sell-off. I mean, the greater the sell-off is, the stronger is the rebound. So that's why I like so much Cadena, KDA, because it had a very powerful sell-off. So it gives us much better odds for a strong rebound. And Ethereum, as you may know, dipped more than Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually didn't have that much of negative volatility on Friday 10th. Nothing out of the ordinary, pretty standard stuff. So, I mean, definitely has much more room for growth, given that Bitcoin reserve narrative is far from exhaustion. That's for sure. But judging purely by its chart, that is not that's not my first choice, right? Not even the 10th choice or 5th or I don't know, 20th choice. There are much better setups to allocate your money into rather than Bitcoin after Friday 10th. So yeah, let's take a look at crypto fear and greed index. Has anything changed here? Okay, it has grown a little bit since yesterday, 36, slightly more, but altcoin season index remains the same at 24. So that's very good, of course. That's very, very good. That people are not pushed into altcoins, at least just yet, because that would mean the bull can notice someone is trying to mount it, and then it will start to kick. So we would, in such conditions, we wouldn't get a sustainable rally as long as people stay away from the altcoin market. We can have our hopes quite high for some decent rally among altcoins. So yeah, that's what I'm counting on. Today is Sunday, of course. Yeah, is it? Yeah, Sunday. So towards the end of today, I think everything will speed up. Everything will speed up. Prices will be higher. This is the highest time. I mean, it does not look that bad as of now, but I think it will be much more explosive. The closer we get to CME opening, you know, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, where TradFi trades futures on Bitcoin, then more impatience will be easy to spot in the altcoin market, and yeah, FOMO will be kicking in. The purest FOMO. By the way, don't forget about the reason why I live stream here. The sponsor of the channel, that's Hightech Meme Coin. Link in the description section of this live stream. How to get yourself, how to acquire one. Don't overinvest, of course. It's better to invest less and keep it long term than overinvest and be turbo nervous about it and commit stupid mistakes. This is a very early stage of development of this coin, so there is no rush. You can easily sit there $2 or $3, wait year, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and I'm absolutely sure you'll be very satisfied if you take that approach. There's only 63 holders so far. Any single coin here listed in this bar in the upper section of the screen on deck screener counts hundreds, if not thousands, of holders. So that's the difference in between this coin and those coins that it's so early, so early. So yeah. Share, like, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget about subscribing to the channel. That's the point. Otherwise, you will probably lose it, and you may not find it again until a long time from now, because that's how YouTube works. That's how YouTube works sometimes. It will show you a content that is somewhat interesting to you. You will like it. You will forget to subscribe, and later you will not be able to find it for quite a while. Yeah, this one's doing good. I'm still below 2% in profit, but it keeps pushing up. To be honest, I prefer it, like, let's say, like in this space. I don't like when market moves overly fast, because that means it will probably have some sort of a short-term correction, of a pushback. So that makes the price action much less consistent. I rather prefer the market takes things slightly slower. When it does that, then later on those uptrends are much smoother. So yeah, it's looking really, really good, to be honest. Should not be afraid now. This is not the time to be afraid, to be clear. So yeah, throw something at it. Throw something at the crypto market. Don't overinvest, because that will make you do stupid mistakes that retail is usually guilty of. Whenever there is a strong pullback, add to your position a little bit more. Never everything. And I'm practically sure, at least until mid of November, you'll be very, very fine. If not until the end of November, if not until Q4, because since we already had a dip in the crypto market, maybe we'll not get that correction I was talking about before. That's supposed to happen in November. Now I'm very unsure of it. Like 50-50. It may not happen. It might not happen. Or maybe even it may not happen. Oh yeah, I see I have a little bit of exposure today. YouTube is being generous with me. 28 views so far. That's good. And I've been live streaming for 30 minutes, so that's quite a good result. That's cool. Yeah. Let's take a look at CoinGlass. Our numbers are looking there. Liquidations should be low, to be honest. Yeah, and they remain low, even extremely low. Bitcoin below $8 million in liquidations. Ethereum below $9 million in liquidation. Very, very low. And it should be like that. So that could be a sign retail finally went home and is not trading the damn futures market, which had been giving a lot of incentive for market makers to actually be trading there instead of the spot market. Because whenever market makers are incentivized to trade on futures market, we don't see pumps. Whenever they are thrown out of the futures market because there is no money there to make, then they redirect themselves towards the spot market. So I think this should be exactly that time. Yeah, nothing has changed since last time I was live streaming, practically. So yeah, it does the predictable thing. I said more or less we have in the close vicinity of the price, we have very similar amount of liquidity, but the difference is that after this pocket here, this pocket of lack of liquidity, you have another hefty bucket full of water. So that is why probably it makes much more sense for market makers to actually go upwards, because the situation on the other end looks much less appealing. And apparently I was right. Share, like, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but you guys forget. Sometimes I get like over 100 views and nobody will subscribe because you guys don't remember about hitting the damn button. Okay. Yeah, let's go over to my X and let's see what is up today in the crypto space. Let's see. Just the Michael Saylor posts the Cyber Bitcoin tracker again, hinting at buying more Bitcoin. Okay, that was 11 minutes ago. Yeah, whenever he does that, later turns out he bought some. Bitcoin bullish bet surge. $7.8 billion in Bitcoin long positions are now stuck and ready to squeeze shorts. That's good. That's very, very good. Yeah, we already squeezed the longs on Friday 10th, so now is the time to squeeze shorts. Pakistan's Prime Minister urging the United Nations to adopt Bitcoin and crypto. This will echo globally. Hey, that's interesting. That's interesting. Pakistan is leading the pack. But just recently they had some problems with their internet connection. I think the Taliban disconnected everybody from internet. They didn't like something about it. But that's yeah, Pakistan is a very weird state. You know, on one side they push Bitcoin adoption, on another one they cut off people from the internet. How is the connection going? Is it fine? Yeah, it is perfectly fine. That's cool. Because you know, guys, I had a little bit of problems with it these days. CNBC said live on TV that Bitcoin is about to go parabolic in the next 2 months. It's coming. And that was 1 hour ago. CNBC usually has a very bad record of calls like that. So maybe we'll get that correction after all. But few weeks we will rally anyway. Even if they are right as usual, meaning that the opposite will happen. Documenting seller. Bitcoin is on track to reach 1 million by 2035. I wouldn't count on it. 2035, bro, that's a long time. Bitcoin may not even exist until 2035. That's 10 years from now. Breaking strategy now holds more Bitcoin than all other Bitcoin treasury companies combined. All right. But remember one thing, even Bitcoin requires a certain grade of trust because Satoshi has around 1 million Bitcoins in his wallet. We don't know if he's alive or not. Some people say that he is alive. Some of those, let's say, of higher classes, they say they know who that is. Like, for example, John McAfee. Uh, John McAfee, rest in peace, said that he knew who Satoshi Nakamoto was or is, and he said he is alive. Back then, when he was giving that interview, he said that he's well alive. So if he didn't lose access to his private keys, that would pose a threat to entire, theoretically speaking, of course, a threat to entire Bitcoin market because it's difficult to predict what happens with the price if 1 million Bitcoin gets dumped on it. Price wise, Bitcoin would definitely suffer. Definitely. Breaking. Okay, this one we already read. Russia to legalize Bitcoin and crypto in foreign trade. I don't know what that means. Like they will not tax it as with, for example, capital gain tax. What does it mean? Bitcoin secret signal just fired again. MACD crossovers predicted every pump. It's just happened again. All right. What interval on the daily? 7%, 12%, 70%. Okay, those pumps are not really that big. Ethereum fear and greed index is 43, neutral current price almost 4,000. Yeah, anything below 50, I take it. Anything below 50 is a good sign. So yeah, it's pumping. Bitcoin is pumping. And let me remind you, when I gave you the buy signal, I gave you it here on 24th, so 2 days ago. I told you, strap in, fasten your belt, because we are probably going higher. Even though initially, as you see, there was a slight pullback, that's perfectly fine to happen. Sometimes those pullbacks go as far as to reach few percent, but later on it still comes back to where the initial starting point was, and it goes much higher, just like now. And since the previous trade was a failure, that gives it even higher also of this one to be hugely successful, because the win-lose ratio on this algorithm is 6 to 1. So on average, not always, but on average, wins are 6 times larger than the losses. So yeah, share, like, and subscribe, guys. I see today views are going quite fine. That's cool. So yeah, it's been 2.24%, 25% in profit. Still very small, very small, but yeah, it's pushing up. It's pushing up. And how altcoins are reacting to this? Not much of a change. Pretty much they stayed where they were. Let's see how Bitcoin dominance is acting. Oh, it's falling down. That's good. That's cool. Yeah, it's coming down. That's good. That's what we need. We need this uptrend here to break, and since this is a third red daily candle in a row, it gives it greater chance of unfolding into something bigger. So that's cool. Nice. Let me confirm if everything is going
That's
well
why
with
I
this on there.
titled.
Yeah, it does. It does go well. That's good. Sometimes I get a little bit of doubts how the transmission is going. It's better to confirm rather than talk for, I don't know, over an hour and then find out people could not really hear you. That's very annoying. What about this guy? Breaking. Fed confirmed QE, the money printer is on. Yeah, we already knew it. Last time it ignited the biggest alt season. 2025 won't be an exception. We're on one step away from alt season. I keep telling you guys, the biggest alt season this space have ever seen is still ahead of us. Because so far you haven't seen any altcoin season. No, only bunch of coins experienced a bull market. All of the rest stayed at home. It literally stayed at home. It never came out. Coin Telegraph inside. XRPR, I know that is the first US spot XRP ETF, just topped $100 million AUM per Rex Osprey. Okay. I didn't even know there was any XRP spot ETF, to be honest. Or maybe I didn't remember. I don't pay attention to things like that. Why? Because they don't really matter. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the chart. The chart shows you everything. You don't need to read the news or anything. I do read the news with you guys and talk about it, but it's solely for trading purposes. It's you can live without it, and you'll be doing probably even better with your trading rather than you know trying to keep track of it and guess how the broad market will interpret it. Coin Bureau, BTC funding rate hits weekly high. All right, traders are piling into bullish leveraged hold longs. A crowded market can snap fast. What I'm happy about is that the participation seems to be small in the futures market. That means, yeah, greater incentive should be on the spot side of crypto market for market makers, of course. So, yeah, this time we will see pumps. Finally, it took a while, and it took a black swan event, just like in during the COVID crash. But it's pretty much unavoidable at this point. If I actually switch to the right, yeah, okay. Because I hear the fans kicking in, so maybe I was in the wrong mode. Guys, if you have any questions, ask them in the live chat. If you have anything to tell me, I don't know, maybe a comment or something. If not, just say hi. That will do too. That will do just fine too. Altcoin season starts when nobody expects it. Yes, that's true. BTCD is tapping historical resistance again. Every rejection sparked the same thing. Altcoin lift off. The setup is forming. This cycle is no different. Yeah, remember what I teach you here. Bitcoin dominance has zero trajectory. It will be lower and lower over time. It will have its bull markets, of course, once in a while, just like now we are approaching like, I don't know, 4 years. I think it's been at least 3 years from what I remember, and that this uptrend has lasted. Situations like that may repeat in the future, but overall, it's just going to zero slowly, slowly but firmly. That's its fate. You like it or not, Bitcoin dominance is going to zero, and one day it will reach zero. So, and I know it's completely against what the majority of influencers are telling you, but me, I will not be sugarcoating anything here. I tell you things exactly how they work. In a free market environment, nothing, no monopoly can last forever. No dominance can last forever. Powell will cut QT to zero. Crypto will go parabolic soon. Symbiote. Apple discussing with Elon Musk's SpaceX to bring Starlink to future iPhones, starting with iPhone 18 Pro in 2026. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Not gonna lie. Whatever Android phone gets Starlink, I'm getting it right away. I'm bored of iPhones, to be honest. I've been with iPhones since the beginning, and I have grown to get tired of them. Just too close source. Inside, other thing says BlackRock consulted Michael Saylor when Bitcoin was at the bottom of the bear market. Okay, all right, but you know how much BlackRock has on their balance sheet when it comes to Bitcoin? Six, not 6 million, not 6,000, 6 Bitcoins they have on their own balance sheet. So be quiet, Mr. Larry, Mr. Think, turning Bitcoin. If history repeats, we could see Bitcoin reach $250,000 soon. Yeah, in crypto, you can never neglect any any price level because this market has that capacity. It can just get up and run and do it for a very long time. Share, like, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget about that. Don't forget about that part. Today is Sunday, so it should be an easy day from the news side of things. The Economist says China is winning the trade war and breathing more easily than America. I wouldn't be so sure about it, to be honest. Bitcoin's total addressable market is 200 trillion in the largest arbitrage of the century. That was Adam Back. I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. I think he's oversimplifying things. Could be right, sometimes it works, but a lot of, let's say, a lot of conditions must be met in order for that to happen. When longs rise, Bitcoin follows. The ratio never lies. Okay. All right. This one is quite interesting. Okay, let's go over to my YouTube and let's see what the crypto YouTube mainstream is trying to tell us. I think that will be a new segment on my show, the YouTube part. I the X part is already very well known as a segment of this YouTube channel. I think, especially on my English YouTube channels, since I want longer exposure, and there's only so much I can talk about, and there is only so much that happens every day. in the crypto space, so I'll be helping myself with content of other creators, making a little bit of reaction videos. By the way, okay, let's ask Grok what top 10. I mean, who belongs to top 10 crypto mainstream influencing scene? Give me top 10 of crypto YouTube. Okay. And we'll be reviewing what those guys are talking about these days. Are they bullish? Are they bearish? Share, like, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to do that, because otherwise you'll lose the channel. You will not be able to find it later on. Even if you think the vibe here is cool, it's right. you want to get more of it whenever you have a spare moment. Brian Jung, I don't know who that guy is. Right? Maybe I know, but I'm pretending I don't know. Is he the guy with the hat? This guy? Okay. I don't know him. How come I don't know him? Let's see. Videos. He recorded 4 months ago. That was his last video. What about life? 3 years ago. What? Shorts. When was this one? How come I don't know this guy? 2.09 million subscribers. That's huge. But I wonder why he's not recording anymore. Something happened to him? You know what? I will ask ChatGPT. Focus on crypto investing strategies, passive income tips, and personal finance with beginner-friendly crypto one-on-one series. And okay. Let's ask Rock. What the hell is going on? Usually, when you run a channel this big, you record at least once a week. I've been in this space for well over 10 years already, and I haven't heard about the guy. That's funny. Yeah, but there's many people that I don't know of, and later I find out they have actually a huge following. Apparently, I'm not tracking the scene enough, the crypto scene well enough. Based on recent checks across his social media and online presence, nothing concerning or negative has happened to Brian Jung. He's healthy, active online, and simply taking an extended break from YouTube content creation to focus on personal and professional growth. Here is a quick breakdown. His last video, prior to that, he had uploads in April and February, and earlier, he mentioned apologizing for shorter hiatuses and emphasized needing time off after 8 years plus of consistent posting. Reason for the break? He shared that it was the first major time off in 8 years, using it for travel, team building, and recharging. Okay. All right. So he just took a break. Coin Bureau, of course, Coin Bureau, the old Coin Bureau, the young Coin Bureau. To me, Coin Bureau is actually fairly young, fairly new thing. I wrote it wrong.
It's one of the most important.
Let's see. Okay, lives no, but videos. How BlackRock will own all your assets with Aladdin, right? So that was 21 hours ago. So they scare you. Aladdin will rip you off from everything. and it's not going to be that bad. Don't worry. Some digital IDs and stuff. I see KYC. It's not going to be that bad. First of all, it's really impossible to regulate blockchain. You can try, but you will always fail. That's a good part. You can try to regulate, let's say, access to internet. You will fail as well. It's much easier to say than do, to tell them rather than execute it. In the West, probably most of people will comply. A smart minority will never comply. That's the way it always works. So yeah, majority will be screwed over. That tiny minority will be doing just fine. So just make sure you belong to that minority, right? Will altcoins ETFs drain liquidity from treasury companies? I don't think it makes a connection, much of a connection there. Treasury companies, I mean, they attract just different type of investors. ETFs attract different type of investors. People that trade directly on exchanges, that's another category of investors. I don't think it collides. Extreme fear in crypto, time to buy. That was two days ago. Okay, so he's suggesting that it's time to buy. But will people believe? Because that's a huge factor, right? Because the mainstream usually is guilty of saying exactly the same. Bull market, bear market, they keep saying the same. You should be buying, right? They almost never tell you to sell because otherwise you would walk away, right? If they tell you nothing gonna happen in like next year, you walk away, you don't consume their content, and they don't get advertising anymore. They don't get paid for ads anymore, and the business is over, right? And that is why the model which I propose is so much more interesting, because in my case, even if there is a bear market coming to the crypto market, since in my case, I propose something that could be completely detached from overall crypto market. It's so much more interesting. And that's of course my meme coin. The meme coin I advertise here, high tech. Link in the description section of this live stream to a tutorial explaining you how exactly put your hands on it. Get yourself some small amount, to $1, $2, $2, $3 worth something that carries a very very low risk. In case I'm wrong, but I really don't think I'm wrong. I think it will unfold into something big. Okay, let's take a look at altcoin daily. Altcoin daily, what this one has been talking about recently. Videos. Sorry. Once again, I did it wrong. Where is he? Here. Live? No. Videos? Yeah, videos. 13 hours ago. I'm worried for crypto tomorrow. Okay, big news because Donald Trump said big news. Prepare for crypto insane next move. Yeah. Rockets and such. So probably, yeah, he's talking about market going up. Crypto isn't going to crash, and these coins will explode by December. I rather see him forecasting a bear market, to be honest. I mean, them because they are twins. I don't know if you know about it. Sometimes you see one or the other in those materials. They look exactly the same. And I don't really like them. I don't know. I'm not vibing with those guys. I think they scam people way too many times to like them. But people tend not to do their due diligence, and that is why they stay relevant. They stay popular. They own one of the, if not, I think even the biggest crypto YouTube channel in this space. Well, there is two of them, so it's so much easier of achieving something like that. If you are literally multiplied by the factor of 2 and do the same job, of course your effects will be at least twice as good. So yeah, altcoin daily is somewhat bullish, but like I said, a big factor is how much crypto space is tired of what has been going on. What is the rate of exhaustion of market participants, right? Have they already threw in the towel? Probably yes. After Friday 10th, probably they have thrown in the towel, and that's what we want to take place. Because market mechanics tells us, it gives us empty order books on the sell side, zero resistance or near zero resistance for the price to climb up, and even market makers shifting, their holdings from left to right, from shitcoins to USD, from USD to shitcoins, just generating volume. They'll be printing those pumps high, great, and then attracting attention from those market participants that have not been present here, since, let's say, 2021, or maybe even ever. Totally fresh, with fresh deployment of capital, ready to lose it all. So I think we are literally at that stage right now. Share, like, and subscribe if you haven't done so. Yeah, I see today is going quite well. So we are finally past 52 views already, on the road to 100. So that means, okay, I've been live streaming for 1 hour already. That means it would take another hour to get to 100. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's take a look at another guy. 99 bitcoins. Is there an influencer with that nickname? So that will be another one I never heard of. Oh, really?
Welcome to 99 Bitcoin.
I don't know this guy. What am I finding out about here? Okay, Pepe 4DX. Okay, this guy, he's like altcoin centric, I see. 9 hours ago, he recorded something about Pepe. Okay, Pepe 4DX? Probably not. Pepe is too big already. It will give some pumps, that's for sure. I trade Pepe, by the way. It's not like I'm anti-Pepe. I'm probably not trade on Pepe now. Oh, okay, now yeah, just literally recent hours. It has opened a trade on my algorithm. So yeah, I'm in a trade on Pepe, but for the X, no. No, there's no way this thing goes for the X. It can go, I don't know, 200, 300, maybe 500% from here. That's it. Yeah, so since this guy talks about his Achille, right? According to his Achille, so he will be always bullish. He gives us zero inside. Benjamin Cohen, okay, this one is easy. Benjamin Cohen is also quite new to this space. I remember when he arrived and quickly gained popularity because of his scientific degree. So there's few people with PhDs in let's say computer science / economics in this space, so that's why he quickly attracted attention and gained a somewhat large following. So let's see what his take. Bitcoin dominates the growing final rotation. Okay, so he's talking about capital rotation. The thing I'm pointing to, inflation I'm pointing at. Inflation rises to 3%. Okay. Ethereum, dubious speculation, bull market support bands. All right. So he's reasonably bullish on altcoins then. If he's talking about the growing final rotation, he must be referring to capital rotation from Bitcoin to altcoins. There is no other way around it. So yeah, literally the stuff I point at. Capital rotation will have to take place. That's the one of the golden rules of how markets work. There's no way of it's impossible to shy away from it. Okay, let's take a look at crypto rules. Let's take a look at crypto rules. This guy I know as well. He's also quite new to me. I mean, I've been here since 2000, early 2015. So those guys they joined late in comparison to when I started. All-time high incoming. Bitcoin is ready to make a new high. That was one day ago. Getting good. Bitcoin is finally getting good. Bitcoin investors we are in the calm before the storm. Yeah, so he's bullish too. But probably everyone is already tired of those guys being bullish because they're always bullish. Crypto is practically always bullish. Sheldon Evans, this guy I don't know. This is the first time I see him. You get me. 11 years in this space, and some of the guys I never heard about. But he recorded 1 year ago. Last time it was Bitcoin going to collapse. The perfect storm is brewing for. That was 1 year ago. That was a very bad time to actually end the travel and the journey. Okay, what the hell happened to him? He went on vacation too. Let's ask Rob. And Sheldon Evans, what happened to him? Guys, if you have any questions, any suggestions of topics, write me in the live chat. It's always very cool whenever there is interaction on the other side of the screen. I always like very much when a discussion is breaking out. So far, 58 views. That's cool. That's very cool. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, of course. Based on recent checks across his social media and online presence, nothing alarming or negative has happened to Sheldon. He's healthy and simply on an extended hiatus from content creation, much like several other crypto influencers who've stepped back amid market cycles and personal priorities. No reports of okay. So another guy that literally took a break. That's interesting. Crypto Banter, he is still recording. I know because I've seen him just recently, like a couple of days ago. But I don't subscribe to his content because he never tells me anything I wouldn't know without him. Huge level up. The new way pros are trading meme coins. That one I'm not interested in. I'm telling all these altcoins to buy only 2 crypto coins. Okay, so he probably owns like a bunch of memes or something like that. Alright, major crypto volatility ahead. A positive one. Bitcoin is exactly what we've been waiting for. Bitcoin and crypto is about to be broken by quantum computing. I wouldn't be so sure about it. Probably not just yet, but yeah, it's something. It's a danger behind the corner that will have to be dealt with. Bitcoin can be, and all whole crypto can be converted. It can be switched to quantum proof algorithms. It just must be, done on time before quantum computing, becomes somewhat mainstream. And that's it. I don't think that's a really serious threat to cryptos. Okay, so a little bit of panic, but coming from completely other direction, rather than let's say market cyclicality. So these guys are leaning the same direction as always. So yeah, that's why it's very difficult to judge the sentiment with what they record, what they say, because they literally say the same all the time. It's very rare occasions they will flip bearish, and that will be like literally for one day, and later on, like literally the next one, they will be already bullish. So that's why it's so difficult to get things right when you listen to mainstream. Lark Davis is another guy that, to me, he's new in my let's say consciousness.
The
In
markets have been pretty undecided.
my conscious mind, he's new, but to you guys, he may appear as OG by now, because I think he started last cycle. And yeah, by now 640k subscribers, he's definitely large, he's definitely big. I aspire to get there too. I mean, to become one of the mainstream guys. So yeah, don't think that you'll get rid of me, because you won't. So it's better to give up right here right now. Just hit that subscribe button, because I'll win this game anyway, as I always do. Wall Street's secret bet, leaked report: the hidden AI trade Wall Street won't tell you about. Okay, that could be interesting. You know what? Let's listen to what he has to say.
Work.
As you see, I don't use ad blocks.
Race is happening right now, and you can profit from it massively. And it's not just about AI models, Chat GPT, Grok, Gemini, all that kind of stuff. You see, there's one critical piece of infrastructure in the background: data centers, baby, the unseen backbone powering the entire AI gold rush right now. While everyone debates which AI model is going to win, a quiet group of companies is already getting rich from them. Stick around, because we're about to explore the beta play for the next trillion-dollar opportunity in the markets, the infrastructure that makes the AI revolution possible in the first place. But let's just take a quick step back. What the heck's a data center anyway, man? Data centers are the industrial guts of the digital economy. Physical facilities that house servers, storage, networking, and of course,
We know about it.
that we use every day. And though the idea sounds very modern,
That I think pretty much everyone here knows.
and hyper currently on data center in Dalles, Oregon. This hyperscale facility currently occupies 1.3 million square feet of space and employs a staff of approximately 200 data center operators. By the 2010s, growth kind of plateaued as visualization in the data center space, and that's Equinix. This is a data center titan that trades under the ticker EQIX. Equinix isn't a chip maker. It's not training any models.
Lark Davis is shilling us a stock. That's interesting.
It's not selling GPUs. No, it's much simpler. It's the digital landlord, the world's largest operator of data centers with over 270 facilities located strategically in 76 major metropolitan areas and over 10,000 customers. It also has a 99.99% uptime, which frankly surpasses a lot of blockchains out there. Not gonna mention any names. If you've ever streamed Netflix, traded Bitcoin, or used Facebook, chances are your data touched an Equinix server at some point. Now, here's the things that are pretty spicy. According to Equinix's latest filings, its revenue has grown for 88 straight quarters. That's over 2 decades of literal non-stop growth. Even during the 2008 global financial crisis, it stayed profitable, and investors are starting to notice. The stock has a price to earnings ratio of around 80. That means
Okay, that's interesting. He literally is showing us a stock. I didn't see that coming, to be honest. But yeah, within the next year, maximum 2 years, cryptos and stocks will overlap, will overlay even. Why? Because stocks will get tokenized. Thanks to blockchains like Solana, it's perfectly possible for issuance of stocks on blockchain and give them environment for trading in form of liquidity pools or Solana dexes. So yeah, that will be happening more and more. Definitely more and more. So I mean, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it big time because I will be trading it with my systems then. So far, those tokenized stocks are not present in Binance, so probably I will have to make an adapter for my system so it is able to trade on Solana dexes. And yeah, then I will be completely independent from centralized exchanges, which of course I want to be naturally, but not as of yet. So that's something new. That's something new that the crypto channel is telling you to invest in a stock market. That's definitely something new. Guys. Okay, allow me to wrap it up right here. It's been 58 views so far. I've been live streaming for well over 1 hour. So I'll take it as it is. I'll take that this 58. I was hoping for 100, but I will take this 58. Share, like, and subscribe, of course, if you haven't done so. And yeah, I'll probably live stream sometime later today too. And we'll see what was going to change after CME opens, right? I think it will become much more bullish. The crypto market will become much more bullish once CME opens. So yeah. So thank you for your time, guys. I see you sometime soon. Cheers.